Keyon Dooling, former NBA player. Keyon, what's going on, man?
All right, what's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Good.
We're in the New York area right now, and it's nice here. It's nice because Phil Jackson is running the Knicks, so it's a beautiful thing.
Wow.
Yeah, man, you know. Well, listen, the Zen Master is a high pedigree person, high pedigree, NBA bloodliner, and so he's gonna do what he does up in New York.
All right, good. That's some confidence right there. I like it.
Winning. That's all he does, right? All he does.
Do it first. Gotta do it first.
All right.
Gotta do it first.
So, Keyon, I wanted to ask you. So, are you officially retired? You know, if a team was to call you up, maybe towards the postseason, or want to add you to the roster, are you saying yes? I mean, what's up?
No. I mean, listen, that would be a dream. Obviously, any retired player, if they got a call, they would be like, "What? Me? Of course." But to be honest and to be realistic, I've basically been out for 2 years now, and you can't keep up with those guys after you've been so far removed. Even though in your mind you can, you may be LA Fitness all-star, but in the big league that doesn't really work. So I am officially retired. I have no aspirations to continue my playing career.
All right.
Okay. Since you say you retired, man, what you been up to? I know I've been doing a lot of basketball clinics here and there. Me and you have a mutual friend, Stan. I just wanted to know, what you've been up to, what you got going on. Let the people know.
Yeah, man. I've been getting to know myself. This new part of me. I've been learning how to deal with the silence of not hearing all that noise and all that excitement in the air that I heard pretty much my whole life in basketball. So, getting adjusted to hearing silence has been different. But I found some great releases. I wrote a book called What's Driving You, and I talk about how I overcame abuse and became a leader in the NBA. I'm really getting to know my family. I'm really getting to know my faith and my belief in Jesus Christ. And yeah, man, just enjoying life, man. I'm a life coach as well, and so I work with a lot of people, just really trying to help them find that emotional success.
Oh, that's great, man.
How difficult was it to leave the NBA and to retire? Was it more of a physical thing, or was it beyond that?
No. For me, it wasn't. I mean, obviously, as an athlete, you put wear and tear on your body, and you really don't know the damage that you do to yourself until it's all over, and you get a chance to reflect. When you're in it, you can't really see past that. But for me, it was the mental breakdown. For me, I experienced a thing called post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. And, I didn't know what it was, and so I felt like I couldn't play basketball and deal with that issue at the same time. And so that was really why I walked away from the game.
Now, on the side, you got this book out, What's Driving You? Why don't you tell us a little bit about that book and where it all stems from, and, what brought it to be?
Yeah, well, the book is, it's just kind of a little pieces of my story, of how I, started in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and all the challenges that, I had to overcome early in life, throughout high school and the NBA. But I really wrote the book to talk about mental wellness. I think that that's something in our country that's lacking. I think it's taboo in a lot of communities, and so I really wanted to bring awareness to mental wellness. I wanted to raise awareness and, give people who haven't maybe healed or maybe haven't come to themselves about being molested or abused as a child, who might be still, walking around with holding on to that. I wanted to give them an opportunity to find healing and seek healing too, because there's another level of peace that we can get to once we do our work.
Definitely.
Okay. Good, man.
No, that's awesome. And now,
thank you.
Now with the way the NBA is today, with all the things going on in the league, new players coming in, what are your projections this year? Looking from the outside in, who do you see being the top team this season?
Yeah, well, I think that you have to say that Cleveland is the favorite in the East, and San Antonio is the favorite in the West. I think there's a couple teams that could be sleepers. I think Dallas is one of those teams who has a lot of depth, a lot of interchangeable pieces, and if they can defend the ball, if that zone defense kind of works for them, they can maybe, sneak up on some teams. But, Look, I think the game of basketball, from a player standpoint, is in good hands. If you look at the high school seniors in high school, if you look at the incoming freshmen, if you look at the freshmen who came out and were top picks in our draft, if you look at the young superstars, the intermediate superstars, and still the OGs like the Kobe's and KG's and Paul Pierce's who's still in the league, like basketball is at an all-time high in my opinion. And I'm really happy with the way that the game is going as far as the basketball part of it.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. Yeah.
Yeah, it's becoming really, I guess maybe it always has been, but with all the guys that you just mentioned, KG, Paul Pierce, Kobe, I mean, these guys are at the end of their careers, and we're talking top 25, top 50 players of all time. The league is going to undergo a huge change over the next 5 years, I think, with a lot of these guys ready to retire. And think about it, in 5 years you got Melo, 5 years older, LeBron. That trade, to me, that Cleveland trade, as good as it looks right now for Cleveland, could potentially be, or could potentially make Minnesota the best team in the next 5 years. Because if you think about it, they've been stockpiling draft picks, not to mention they still have Ricky Rubio. They just landed maybe the 2 best talents in the draft this past summer. So while Cleveland may be the best team over the next 2 to 3 years, I think over the next 5 to 10 years, Minnesota could be better than Cleveland. Dare I say it? That's just me. That's just me. Mark is making a face right now. I see it. I don't care. Because at some point, they have to get it right. I mean, you can only be bad for so long.
I don't see it.
What?
I don't see it at all.
Keyon, what do you think of Andrew Wiggins? What do you think?
I think he's a player who has a lot of upside, a lot of potential. He's got the total package. He's an extreme athlete. I think he's got a good mid-range game. The thing that I question is just like pretty much everybody. It's his motor. It's his will. It's his drive. And there's so many people who have less talent in our league who dominate people who have more talent all the time because of that will, that drive. And so if he could, if his talent and his disposition can kind of align and he can kind of get a little bit of a more aggressive mentality, I think he can be, in that same level as T-Mac and, all the elite talent, that our league has seen.
All right. High praise
That's
right there.
Some people who retire and are not in the game, they don't really stay up on it. It sounds like you do. You just broke down, a draft pick who hasn't even played a game in the NBA yet. Do you want to coach? Is that something that may be in your future, or do you want to be involved in the league somehow in the next few years?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, I've always, loved our game. And, the thing about it is, it's really tough to get back in. It's really difficult. There's so many different networks. There's so many different guys who hasn't been playing, who's been working towards getting on those benches. And so I'm in the infancy of my retirement, and I'm definitely trying to get on the bench one day. But, at the end of the day, I'm very happy doing the work that I'm doing now. I get to work with quite a few players around the league, so I'm very content and happy with what I'm doing now. But, man, I can't wait to get that opportunity to pour into young guys and to get them to play hard and to teach them what it is that I know.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I understand that, man. Are you doing anything with the youth down here in Florida?
Yeah, man. Yeah, but, to be honest with you, I haven't been doing as much in the basketball space. I've been really trying to help our youth heal from the anger issues that they're dealing with. You know what I mean? Heal from, the fatherlessness that they suffer from, the poverty that they suffer from. So I spent a lot of time in the jailhouses, in the churches, boys and girls clubs, just kind of going back and, being a motivational speaker and an encouragement and continuing to follow up with the youth. So I've really been socially trying to make an impact more so than on the basketball court. But I got my son on the basketball court with Coach Remy, and I'm doing my thing with him, and he's going to be all right.
Okay. Okay.
We'll be looking out for another dueling in the future.
You're trying to touch the youth, from a mentorship kind of mentality instead of just, it being more about basketball. I want to commend you on that, man. Also about the book, man. I hope it does well. I really appreciate you coming on the show. Me being brother to brother, I seen you when you came in the league with the Clippers, man, and saw your career. I just want to commend you, man, for everything you've been through. You've been a real great example for the league, man. I really, it's been great knowing you as a person, and and now hopefully as a friend.
Man, thank you, brother. And we'll connect real soon, man. All the best to you. Y'all, thank y'all for having me. I really appreciate you.
All right, Keyon, take care.
Keyon.
Good luck with the book, man.
All right,
okay.
man.
All right, thanks. Peace.